Two. Okay, let's go live. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again on a Tuesday night. Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray, the world's most dangerous and controversial podcast. I am here. And last night, hope you guys enjoyed the show. We talked about a little football, talked about a little professional wrestling, also talked about boxing. But at the end of the day, I'm coming on a little late because I've been having some software problems with my on my computer. I don't know what. Sometimes this thing acts up. Sometimes I get right down to the real nitty gritty. That's how it goes. I see my boy Josh. What's going on, Josh? We got it going, baby. We got it going. Sometimes it acts up on me, but at the end of the day, I always figure it out, man. I always figure it out. Now I'm also live right now on Facebook. Appreciate everybody on Facebook joining me tonight. You guys join a lot of times, but you can't see the podcast. But if you want to see the podcast and you want to get alerts from the podcast, go to Stevie Ray TV on YouTube or go to Stevie Ray TV on Twitch. Stevie Ray TV on YouTube, Stevie Ray TV on Twitch. Become a subscriber. You will get an alert. Yes. And you can rock with us whenever we get down and start rocking. What's up, Kron? He's in the house. I thought I seen Queen for a second. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, that is her. I saw Queen. She's out there in the house. Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl, what's up? She's in the house. But hey, guys. Glad everybody can jump on board tonight. But my man Sonny, y'all know it's not going to be on tonight. Sonny and I were going to be, sometimes we'll go every other week, stuff like that. We had a good conversation with Sonny last week. This week, during football season, things change a lot because I'm talking about a lot of football and stuff like that. And, the professional wrestling shows, I start to take more credence in watching them more than when I watch them in the summertime. So I'll be able to talk more about professional wrestling also. Let's go back and see. What's going on here? Now, Calcutta, what are you saying here? Come on Twitch. Are you on Twitch right now, Calcutta? RJ. So, Lazy Bum, what's up? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing real good. Man, I am very enthusiastic about a lot of things that's going on right now with myself. So, hey, I'm good. What's up, J-Dog? So, that's the deal, man. That's the deal. But like I said, hold on a second here, guys. Like I said, I was trying to see who was out there while I was having problems with my software, but everything's together now. And a lot of you guys was laughing at me last night when I was praying. Y'all don't think Stevie Ray can pray? You don't think I pray every blue moon? It's every blue moon, but I do pray every maybe 5 times in my life. Sometimes I have to ask the good Lord for things that I want or trying to get. Did you check bounce in the mail? Calcutta, I don't know what you're talking about right now. I haven't checked on if you're talking about the Twitch feed. Because no, I haven't checked anything with my Twitch. If that's what you're asking, I really don't know. You know, I really don't know. Got to be a little bit more specific. Look at that. I'm receiving emails right now as I'm talking to you guys. But hey, man, whatever questions you guys that got out there, we can chop it up tonight because that's what we do. And last night we were talking about. Let me get this off my screen, man. There it goes. I can't see you guys when people are sending me emails and stuff like that. I meant that Sonny. No, man. He didn't bounce. He just, well, no need of doing a marathon show tonight because we covered a lot of things last week that pretty much carries over to tonight. So I figure I'd do just like I did. Him and Jimmy, eventually I'm going to be doing more shows where I have people coming in as guests. So eventually I want to use my Tuesday nights for that. Either I'll be using Tuesday nights for guests, either I'll be using Tuesday nights for talking about what you guys want to talk about, and every other week we'll bring Sonny in. Because, Jimmy and I, we can only talk about so much, so we kind of cut that back. And Sonny and I also, we can only talk about so, even though we have great shows together. But it'll vary from month to month, and it'll vary from week to week. So as of right now, I want to start doing more communications with you guys on a one-to-one basis, whereas you guys ask questions and stuff like that and I answer them. And I want to start doing more guests, like I was doing earlier this year and last year. But lately, I've been having so many things going on, I hadn't been concentrating on having guests on the show. But I want to start back, especially going into the cooler months, because I'm more enthusiastic in these months than I am in the summer months, man. That's why, my energy and everything was kind of down. But I'm back in full effect right now. So at the end of the day, that's what I want to start doing. Nah, he not hiding, Queen. He not hiding. He's out walking the dogs. He's out walking his puppies. Sonny like little puppies because they remind him of himself. So he goes out his way with those little puppies that y'all hear in the backgrounds sometimes while we're doing the podcast. Dogs that you can hold in the palm of your hand. That's what he likes. Yeah, lazy bum, man. It just, like you said, a drag, man. It just was a real drag, and it just was wearing on me, man. And I'm like, the first week here in Houston, the first week that the heat kind of subsided, it was almost like, man, I got a breath of fresh air. And I just been so enthusiastic. Even Vince Russo was like, hey, brother, you're like a new person now. And I'm like, brother, it's on like a steaming pot of neck bones, and I'm not kidding. You dig? Yeah, you might be right about that, Quan. You might be right about that. But no, I've had to bring things like that up with him, with the Japan beating the baseball. I had to bring things that I'm looking at these people. I can't remember the kid's name in track and field. He made the finals in the World Track and Field Games a month or so ago. And Sonny didn't say nothing about it. And you got people like, what's the girl named Naomi Osaka? She's half Japanese. He never said nothing about her. But then when it comes to Shohei Ohtani, he wants to talk about it. And the man has never said anything about baseball as long as I've known him. What's that about? Huh? And like I've told him, if you sprinkle some brother, okay? If you sprinkle some brother into a Japanese man, he will become a very great athlete. We've seen it on numerous occasions. We've seen it. Just imagine if Yao Ming had some brother in him. Can you imagine that? Or Jeremy Lin? Can you imagine that? Man. Come on, Cron. You know they would have been unstoppable. Don't try to deny it. Come on, brother. Let's talk it. Let's talk about it. You know, I'm just telling you like it is, man. Don't get mad at me. Excuse me. Don't get mad at me. I just tell it like it is. Everybody always saying, oh, Ray Dog talking out of his mind. Things of that nature. But I'm not. Alpha, you say y'all was injury prone. He wouldn't have been. He wouldn't have been because he would have had this. Brother, are you looking? Are you looking at that? Huh? Are you looking at that? That's what he would have had in him, bro. And he would have been ready. Like the brother I was just telling you about. I can't think of his name. The Japanese brother. And Japan, I think, got third place in the 4x100 meters. Yes, can you believe that? Out of 8 teams, I think Japan got third place. 4x100 meters. Come on. That ain't easy, brother, when you running against the world. That ain't easy. Now, I want to know why Sonny didn't come on the show and talk about that. What about that? Club or Die, how you doing? McGrady on the same team. He was injury prone as well. Yeah, he was. Alpha, they were cursed. Now, man, some people just like that, man. I don't know if it's a curse. Well, some people just unlucky, man, when it comes to their bodies, man. You know, some people just like that, you know. I've been around a lot of people like that. And it's just like, I don't know if it's a curse or just bad luck, like a slep rock. You know, you know, like a cloud. You ever seen those cartoons with a dark cloud over somebody's head all the time? I don't know. You know, Jack, what's up? If Charlo can't beat Canelo, what makes him think he can beat B? Who is B? I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about. Lazy Mom, you said Sonny knocking that. Probably. Now, he likes to drink beer, man. He's a beer drinker. You know, he's always been a beer drinker ever since I've known him. He's always had a can of beer in his hand. Let me look down here for a second. Yeah, I got it, Josh. Yeah. Oh, you talking about Bud Crawford? Oh, okay. I never call him Bud, Jack. I always call him Terrence. That fight's not going to happen. Bud Crawford is in a position right now where he's trying to make as much money as he possibly can in fights, whether it be one fight, 2 fights, or whatever. And now since Charlo didn't put up a very good effort of himself, you have no fan interest in that fight because everybody is killing Charlo. I can understand Charlo going up to make that fight to make some money. I can understand it from a business perspective. But from a fan's perspective, as you want to see, you know, fighters go in and do their due diligence to try to win fights. I can look at it from both sides because, you know, of what I've done for a living. I can look at it from both sides. And I can look at it from the fan sides too, and I can also see what Terrence Crawford is talking about. There's no money by the mere fact that you didn't put up the kind of effort everybody thought you was going to put up. There's no money in a fight with him fighting him. Now, if he had went out there, whether he won or lost, and laid it all on the line, I think the Bud fight would have still went on. In your words, but right now, I just don't see it because Charlo got so much heat. Have you seen the stuff online? Have you seen the internet? Have you seen YouTube? I mean, he is getting a old-fashioned flogging from the fans, bro. Lord Jesus Christ. I mean, even myself, I thought he would put up a better challenge. But you know, it is what it is, man. But the Crawford fight, he got out there. I've never seen somebody after a fight and they just lost call out someone else, and then your stablemate, well, I guess former stablemate Errol Spence, who used to be cool with, he goes, "Yeah, I'll fight Crawford after him and Spence do what they got to do." So in essence, you already have given Crawford the victory against your boy. Are you following me on that, Jack? How that sound? You know what I'm saying? If you read between the lines. Now, what if Spence knocked Crawford ass out? You still want to fight him? So I think he was saying a lot of things without thinking because of what had just happened in that fight. And sometimes, you know, you're emotionally not all there and you don't choose your words, you know, carefully. So, you know, it was what it was, man. But, you know, now I hear today. Wait a minute, Alpha just said something. Since you're talking about all the fighting, what do you think about possibility of John Jones, Brock Lesnar? With the Rebel One, UFC, and WWE. Alpha, is somebody talking about John and Brock? You know, is somebody talking about that? Because I haven't heard anything about that. I really haven't. If somebody has heard, if that's floating around in the wind, somebody DM me and send it to me because I haven't seen that. Or you just putting something up hypothetically because I don't know. I haven't heard that, to be honest. You say it's John Jones' dream fight. Man, you can have all the dream fights in the world. You know, you can dream about fighting Godzilla or Mega Godzilla or Frankenstein or the werewolf. That might be a dream in your head. That don't mean it's going to ever come to fruition because there's so many things involved in making stuff like that happen. Most people don't understand that. So many things involved, you know. And unless it's going to make $1 zillion, and I mean that literally, unless it's going to make big money, it ain't worth it. It ain't. You only do the you only do stuff that's going to make it. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. You know, because like I say, it might be his dream fight. That doesn't mean it's the other guy's dream fight. So when you put it in that context, when you first make the first comment, I'm thinking that's something that people are talking about. But John Jones thought he was going to get the fight at heavyweight in UFC, and he thought Francis Ngannou was going to be there, and that was going to be the big money fight for him. But now that we all know what's going to happen has happened with that. Ngannou is getting ready to fight for the heavyweight. I don't even. How they making these fights happen, man? How do a man that's not even had one fight, just like Conor McGregor did with Floyd Mayweather, get a boxing license to fight for the championship belt? How does that work? And the commissions are supposed to be there to protect people. Well, how are you protecting a man that ain't never had a fight? Now, what if he get in there and get his brain scrambled? What if that happens? He get his brain scrambled, and you gave him a boxing license to fight, and he's never had a heavyweight fight before. But I take that back as it pertains to Francis Ngannou, because he has had boxing experience before he got into MMA. So I can kind of back up a little bit. But as far as fighting for the champ, if he's fighting for the championship, everybody trying to get their bag, bro. Everybody trying to get their bag. That's the only thing I can say. And people are doing everything and anything. Look at Jake Paul. He out there getting his bag, bro. Say the guy worth over $20 million. He probably worth more than guys that's been out there fighting their ass off for the last 10 years. Because all of his fights been on pay-per-view. Am I mad about it? No. Do I understand it? Yes. As a boxing traditionalist, hey, it is what it is. The world is changing. The more things change, the more they stay the same in a lot of ways. You're right, Calcutta. Calcutta said money. Sounds like they are getting offered a lot of money to get into the fight, whether they win or lose. That's what I'm talking about, Calcutta. Now, wait a minute. RJ, fight got changed. Fury versus Usyk now. Oh, really? You know, I saw that. I didn't know the other fight was off, though. Because I didn't read the headline. It popped up over my phone about something about Fury and Usyk. Is that what it was, RJ? Tyson Fury versus Ngannou is going to be a good one. Francis comes from USC but doesn't have any boxing skill. Au contraire, he does have boxing skill. He just don't have it at that level. Nate made $20 million versus Paul. Nate who? Oh, Nate Diaz? I don't believe that. Please, don't believe that. People can put down what people made all day long. Don't believe that. Hell, Charlo, I think Charlo was in that vicinity, and that was versus Canelo. And you honestly think them pay-per-view buys was as high as Canelo got the highest pay-per-view buys in the world right now? Yeah. So don't believe that. They put those kind of gaudy numbers out for every fight and then don't even show people the pay-per-view stuff, you know. So I wouldn't believe that. 20 million. You get 20 million. What now? I'm just saying, I'm just looking at Jake Paul's, you know, what his net worth, $20 million. And he paying guys $20 million. That don't even add up. So if that means he got 20 million, the house fighter got to get 3 to 4 times as much. And there's no way he got that, you know. What's up, James Earl? So Everybody put out gaudy numbers. You know, that's what a lot of people are asking, since UFC and WWE is under the same umbrella, are they going to be doing some cross promotions? I would like to see it. Would y'all like to see it? I would like to see it. No, I'm just saying, Lazy Bum. Diaz got some good money, but he didn't get no 20 million. Did you see, you know, if that fight was in Vegas and it sold out, you know, one of the big arenas, T-Mobile or whatever, out there where you got 20 million people. I mean, that fight the other night had a $20 million gate. It was they got $20 million in ticket sales. Bruh, that's a lot of money for one night. So with the pay-per-view sales all over the world, Lord Jesus Christ. I mean, in Mexico alone, man, I know they did good. And that's why Charlo came to get his bag. He might not ever get that bag again, man. So I can understand him not taking a chance. But as a boxing fan, I want you to take a chance. That's just me. But I don't know why people are so angry at him. Because, man, we've seen 10 fights with Floyd Mayweather going 12 rounds with guys that I've seen other boxers knock their head off. He didn't take a chance. He got in there and did what he did to get his money. So in essence, what Charlo did, even though he lost, he did the same thing to get his money. He's not in the position like a Mayweather, though. I can't choose these lesser fighters and then build them up like they're super great fighters, like the Robert Guerreros of the world, and like the Miguel Cotto. He had been knocked out twice when he fought Floyd, or Ricky Hatton. I mean, really? Come on, man. Shit. I mean, Victor Ortiz, a man that quit in a fight and said, I shouldn't be getting beat up like this. Come on, man. Marcus Madonna, the only thing got him on the map was when he beat Adrian Broner. Then I seen Amir Khan put him on his ass. Marcus Madonna, I seen Amir Khan put him on his ass from a body shot. I'm just telling it like it is. Then Andre Berto? Really? And you had people out there that were undefeated at the time. If you're getting ready to get out the game, give one of the young lions a shot. Like Keith One-Time Thurman, like Showtime Sean Porter, like Timothy Bradley. All these guys were sitting right there. You fight the guy that got knocked out by every flat-footed Hispanic fighter. So you were trying to get your bag, man. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm just saying, I don't think if people really know boxing and look at the trials and tribulations of boxing, you can't blame the man in a lot of ways. As a fan, I understand. But as a business person, I understand too. If I got bills to pay, I might not get this opportunity again to fight at this level and make this kind of money. And I can't come in here and get knocked out because it kills me for all my other fights coming up. But I do have an excuse, being a 154-pound guy going up to 168. And if I lose, it's no big deal. I still got my belts, except for one. So from a business perspective, I understand it. I really do. From a business perspective. Maybe we will see Jake Paul of UFC versus Logan Paul of WWE. Nah, you ain't gonna see that. You gotta not long as Logan Paul is under contract with WWE. They're not in the business to build somebody else's brand, whether we're under the same umbrella or not. Because now you're starting to cheapen both brands. You want to enhance both brands, not cheapen them. So this cross promoting bullshit, that ain't about to happen. That's just like people doing movies and some people doing television. Television pays good, but you got to work damn near all year long. Movie ain't but 3 months, and I get $20 million or $10 million or $25 million to be out here for 3 months. Which one you think? Well, they're both cool, but I'm just saying, if I'm a movie star, I'm a movie star. If I'm a TV star, I'm a TV star. Don't cheapen the brands over some bullshit because they listening to what fans think or whatever. I heard Joe Rogan on his podcast asking somebody that same question. Will they be doing cross promotion? What do you need? They're both going great. What do you need cross promotion for? They're both doing great. Because once you start, you can't stop. Then what do you got? Gumbo? Gumbo is good. But everybody don't like it. Like some other people like it. Just saying. Just saying.
Power on.
At the end of the day, everybody gonna go get their money. We don't need y'all to get our money. If y'all was here or not, we're gonna get our money. And the UFC is doing well. I got to give it to Dana White. I'm not a big fan of Dana White, but I got to give it to Dana White and his people. They're doing a great job promoting the UFC, and I've seen it grow exponentially over the years, man. Why would you fuck with that? Why? Doing backyard wrestling. Why? They build their stars slowly but surely, and then they let their stars go out there and earn it. That's the way you do it, bro. Oh, that alpha. Yeah, man. I want to see that too. You say it's October 21st? I want to see that too. Matter of fact, there's some good MMA stuff, a lot of good MMA coming up, and a lot of good boxing coming up before the end of the year out, man. So this is going to be some exciting times the last 3 months. How many months left in the year? October, November, December. See, I have to count, man. I don't know what month it is. 3 months. 3 months. We've got some good stuff coming up, man. MMA and boxing. So it's going to be real exciting for everybody out there. And the wrestling fans, man. How many, we talked about Jade Cargill last night, man. And I'm excited to see her come in. Matter of fact, a lot of people thought she was coming in on the pay-per-view this week. But, I think when she comes, but that's too easy. That's what I was saying. That's too easy. She's going to come in when everything is just right. And I don't think it's going to be on a pay-per-view. I think it's going to be on one of the TV shows. That's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. But I'm just saying, I would love to see her come in on a Monday show or a Friday show. She come in on a Monday show, you got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to talk about it. You come in on a Friday show, you got Saturday, Sunday, and then you got the show Monday. You virtually got the whole week on both of them, that both telecasts will be talking about the same thing. I'm excited to see that. Now, this is what I want to know, Calcutta. Now, I was informed, somebody sent me something about several people that had been let go by the WWE. How many people were there, Calcutta? And somebody told me that Sheldon Benjamin's name was on there. Do you know anything about that? I'm interested in the Brian Pillman Jr. debut, but I don't think he'll be on the NXT for very long. You don't think so? Why not? Calcutta, was it 14 people? Kush said it was 14. It's 14 people. Now, how many do you know, or does anybody know? Were it only professional wrestlers, or were there people in the office also? Cron said Sheldon Benjamin was released because I got a call that Sheldon Benjamin was on that list, but I wasn't 100% sure because I didn't see the list. Who else was on there that we know? Oh, Calcutta said it was all. So it was people in the office also. So are they going through a transition because of the merger or because of, I'm not going to say merger, but just the people that purchased the WWE? Are they cutting back because they don't need people in those areas anymore because now they got people that they've already had on staff, but they don't need it anymore? That's interesting, man. Oh, yeah, I did hear Dolph Ziggler was on there, too. Wow, Dolph. Wasn't they giving him a push? And Matt Riddle was on there, too? Lord Jesus Christ. Now, Matt Riddle was just getting a push. So was Dolph. Nobody's safe in wrestling anymore, man. But they just brought Jade in, and they just brought what's her name back. So it doesn't have anything to do with talent. It can't. They just brought in two big female stars. Then they let the whole, so it can't be about talent or cutting back and forth. Can't be about. One thing I'm saying, it can't be about money. Can't be. Sheldon Dolph, Ray's daughter. Wow, I'm gonna have to pull it up and see. Brian just said Matt Riddle was causing issues, and he had a bad reputation with UFC and Endeavor. Oh, okay. Well, that'll get you fired, Brian. That will get you fired, bro. Heard it through the grapevine. That's what they always say. My boy Alpha just said Riddle is an asshole. He did it to himself. How many of those we've seen, Alpha? How many of those we've seen? We can count them on hand, feet, toes, everything, bro. You just don't get it, man. Now, I guess all of those guys, I was having a conversation with somebody, and they was asking me, why don't Shaq Khan pick certain WWE guys up? Do you think he will? And if so, who do you guys think will make their way to AEW? My boy Brian just said Riddle slapped Gunter backstage here recently. Man, that happens all the time. I've seen that happen 50,000 times. Guys get into it. That's not a knock on a person. Now, if the same guy getting into it with different guys, that's the problem. But hey, man, emotions run in professional wrestling. Believe me. Trust me on that. I understand what you're saying, and I respect it very much. I appreciate you, letting us know that. But at the end of the day, that kind of shit don't really get people fired, man. Seriously. Then again, it's a new day. But I'm like this, man. You slap somebody. I'm not blaming Riddle. I'm blaming Gunther for not putting his face in the goddamn toilet. Somebody slap you, you fuck them up. That's what I was told when I was a kid. That's what my mother taught me. So she said, go get a brick and bash his ass in the back of the head. So that's the kind of stuff we come up believing. Somebody touch you, It's just my job to try to end your very existence on this fucking planet. So if he didn't do shit, it is what it is. Maybe his mother wasn't like my mother. But at the end of the day, Calcutta says it's more coming. Damn, Calcutta, they gonna cut some more? Yeah, Ziggler did have a lot of left in him, man. I like Dolph. I really do. He was trying to hold on to his ass so if Randy Orton came back, he could turn on his ass. All that stuff is just for television, man. If they fire you, brother, something like that, who knows what's going on that doesn't get out to the public. You damn right, Calcutta. That's how it is in this business, bro. You don't fucking stand up for yourself, you'll never have any respect unless it's a misunderstanding and you just didn't want to elevate anything. Like somebody accusing you of something that you didn't do, and the guy's just livid for the wrong reasons, And I think and that's why I bring up the Sting situation, Calcutta. Because at the end of the day, man mad about his gal, but really and truly you mad at the wrong guy. But that happens, I don't like the way they do AJ Styles. He put the work into get at least on more. But that's the thing, man. I think a lot of it is Vince didn't create AJ. But you got to realize, look at the push that he got. AJ been on top since he been up there. That's the thing in wrestling now. It's not like it used to be. You get a run, and then you cool off. You get a run, then you cool off. It's not like it used to be when guys was on top every fucking week. At the end of the day, his check is the same. You dig what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he's still making the exact same amount of money. But that's the way they do it. It's a television show now. How many times have you guys heard me try to explain to you? This is a television show. Just like any television show that comes on every week that's got multiple participants in the television show. Okay? Have you ever seen The Waltons, the show that was out when I was growing up? It's got a family, a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of kids, and this, that, and that. Each week, the storyline is about somebody else. You got the main characters, then you got the supporting characters. And sometimes the main characters become supporting characters because we want to focus on this now. And they got different levels that they can keep track of all this and make sure the numbers are still up here. So to think AJ Styles, because you're a big fan of his, no disrespect, that he got to be on top every fucking week. It don't work like that. And every month and every year, it don't work like that. Because just like a girlfriend or a wife or somebody you close to, when you gone for a while, it's real good when you get back. Do you understand that? You see what I'm saying? When you're not around your girl for a while, you've been on vacation, you've been working somewhere, when you come home, look how much fireworks go down. So you got to realize who you're talking to, brother. I'm going to shoot straight with you. I'm going to tell you how the shit really works. I'm not a fan of shit I don't know about. I'm a fan of something that's a part of me. Big difference. And it ain't just a AJ Styles thing. It's everybody. Once you there for a while, you start going through the cycles. Start going through that. AJ been a glorified jobber for quite a few years. Well, that's your opinion. But is your opinion an expert opinion? Just because he not working on top, that don't make him a jobber. It ain't no real such thing as jobbers anymore in this business. You either work on top or you don't. And if you're not working on top, it's your time to help other people get over. See what I'm saying? Like the same way they did for AJ Styles. So I really don't understand this edification of which I'm giving you today that people really have to pay for. I really don't understand why you don't understand that. Alpha. I just gave you a edification on how things work in professional wrestling, and you still don't get it. But what more can I say to you? Like I always tell people, go do your own research and believe what you want. He ain't special. You ever notice in the wrestling business, ain't nobody special no more. You're special as long as they want you to look special. And when they don't want you to look special, you're not looking special no more. There are different levels to this. When it's time for you to get people over, it's time for you to get people over. That's what I pay you for. Calcutta just said, I think a lot of people don't realize that when people have a company, it's not always based on bad feelings, but to develop reputations and better themselves and maybe return to the company run day. Yeah, well, I agree with that, Calcutta, but at the end of the day, I'm not really talking about people leaving and coming back, but just like any job, you want to leave on good terms. You want to leave on good terms because you never know when the whole cycle comes back around. And we've seen people do that on numerous occasions. On numerous occasions. You know, so I agree with that 100%. I'm not saying he's coming to the end. He should get one more. Who says that he's not going to get one more run, Alpha? Do you know something? Do you have an inside loop on something that we don't know? He puts the work in. They all put the work in. I've said it once, I said it 1,000 times. He ain't special. He's just like everybody else. It ain't about him. It's about the brand. He's a hell of a performer. Who isn't up there? Everything you're saying that's right, but it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with what I'm explaining to you. You're a fan. You're emotionally involved. So in essence, you can't think about the business side of how this business works. You can't. And that's why I'm like, said, you can go do your own research. And like Gaming just said, he's not spring chicken anymore. But Gaming, that really ain't got nothing to do with it. It's really got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. The thing is, you don't know if he wants to work on top anymore. You don't work if they got different plans for him. You don't know. You can't put things in context like somebody's doing something personal against him because he's a hard worker. And if somebody is, that's the way the old mop flops. That's the way the business is. But like I just explained, the business goes around and round, up and down, all around. And when it's not time for you to be on top anymore, it's time for somebody else to be on top. Because it's their company, they're going to do what they want. That still doesn't mean we don't have plans for you. You might want to take some time off to be with your family. So, if you want to do that, then you ain't going to be working on top. Or I could be injured. I can't work as much. It's 50,000 different things that go into why people are not on top anymore. And sometimes it's just not your time. We got to get these other guys over. You just can't keep the same guys on top all the time. If Randy Orton can do it, every fucking body can do it. He's like one of the last of the fucking Mohicans from the early Attitude Era. You know, it's like this guy they're pushing right now. What's his name? That came in and helped John Cena the other day. TJ Knight or something like that. Okay, these guys are new blood. They trying to get them into the mix. And when they're trying to do that, the other guys got to get out the way for a minute. Never know. AJ might come down and have a program with one of those guys. That's just the way it works. I know you're giving an opinion, but see, like I said, there are opinions and there are expert opinions. But like I say, I'm not emotionally involved. You are. And there's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with being a fan of something that you love. But what I'm trying to explain to you is, don't think somebody's doing something to somebody maliciously just because your main, your guy, your bro, is not working on top. It's business. Oh, LA night. Yeah. It's business. That's it. Business. Ain't no rhyme or reason behind it. It's business. It's the way things are written out 3, 4, 5 months ahead. They know what they're doing. And if it's time that they don't, and I'll take this, I'll go back to this. If they don't want, well, they want Knight on top. They're giving him a push right now. I don't. Somebody likes him. But if AJ Styles ain't working on top and they never put him back on top, baby, that's just how the mop flops. That's the wrestling business. You know, it is what it is. And some things they write out, it doesn't work. Some things they write out, most of the time it does work. But sometimes, you know, James said, LA Knight, TJ Maxx, whatever. I didn't really know this guy was going to get the push that he's getting, James. But that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. They trying to get him over with the people. And when you're trying to get somebody over, sometimes you need participants to put him over on. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Kyle Cutter just said, Jake Roberts and others have said this about the wrestling. It is a business. Yes, treat it like a business instead of high school drama school. They're 100% right. And that's what I'm trying to tell my boy. They're 100% right. It's business. It ain't yours. You just work here. Now, if you don't work there and you're a fan, then you can think whatever you want, you know. Kush, you're 100% right, man. That's what I'm, because I don't mind telling people about, how things really are, especially when things think about it in a whole nother way. I like LA Knight, but I like him before WWE when he was Eli Drake. That's why I know him from. God damn. Thanks for telling me that, Brian. I knew who that guy was, man. Damn. Well, somebody likes him because he's getting the push. He's getting the push. Now, I don't know if it's going to go over because I seen him come in with John Cena the other night with the Usos, and I just don't think he got that main event pop. But that's me. What the hell do I know? I'm still a fan also. But I like his looks. But a lot of times, have you noticed how they'll bring people in, give them a big push, then after about a year, he's a mid-card guy. He never get back up to that level again. Have y'all ever noticed that? And you'll wonder why. Who was that saying that? How come you didn't do tough enough? Man, I don't give a fuck about no fucking tough enough, man. What the fuck? That's WWE shit, bro. How many of them people made it in the business? It was just a fucking TV show. LA Knight entrance theme sounds like the opener of GTA 5 video game. You think they might have stole it? You think they might have stole the sound of it? I've been watching. I know it's business. I've been watching it very long, so I get it. I know, the deal behind the goes on. I appreciate the insight I've been giving AJ shoppers. No, I'm just saying you can be a fan. I ain't saying nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying Just because a guy ain't working on top, there are so many different reasons why he might not be if you don't know him personally. Because, like I said, professional wrestling is a TV show now. And when something's a TV show, it has to go full gambit. It has to go full gambit. Who would ever think Io Sky would have a title and working on top? Who would ever think that? Because for months, a year, she looked like a second to Bailey now. Now she walking around with a belt. What about that? Anybody ever think that? Who predicted that? You didn't, Calcutta, the man who knows all. You didn't pick it. Where were you, Calcutta? You know, that's how it works. And Charlotte is on the outside looking in. What about that? I like Io. That's one of my favorite wrestlers now. Io Sky. Yeah. Brian, you know what I'm talking about. Brian, you know, didn't nobody think she was going to. Come on, man. That's how the business works. What about that, Calcutta? Where you at? The man that knows all. Calcutta, you know, prides himself on knowing everything about the business. Calcutta, you're a fool, man. You say Charlotte can stay looking in. I'm just saying, who would ever think Io Sky is up here and doing it? Calcutta, you crazy, man. I'm just. Oh, man. James said Eli Knight bores him because he hasn't changed up his game for years. And now he's almost completely looks like a Rock impersonator. That might be what they want, man. That's the thing about WWE. You can't dress yourself. They got to dress you. They got to come up with wardrobe and all. They draw it all out before you even go out, man. Oh, my God. Charlotte can stay looking in. What you got against Charlotte, Brian? Oh, yeah, Darnell. We talked about that last night. We talked about it a little bit tonight. You a little late. Brian, what you got against Charlotte, man? She wins too much. Yeah, but Charlotte is money, bro. She's money. You can't take that away from them, Brian. Can't take that away from them. I mean, just her interest alone, man. I love me some Charlotte, man. Well, hell, I've been knowing her since she was a kid, so I guess I'm kind of biased. But you ain't lying, Brian. She a machine, brother. I mean, she's a real deal, man. I'm not lying. She is the real deal. And I ain't just saying that because, you know, I've been knowing her since she was a kid. I mean, she's a real deal, man. I never thought, and she never cared nothing about wrestling, then get in wrestling and professional wrestling and take it over. She never cared about it. That girl like a workout freak, man. Fitness freak. Yeah, I think you're right, Kush. And I think she did it. Works like how you described it in the music business. I mean, it's yeah, James. It's all connected. It's all connected. Something just happened to my phone here. Hold on a second. Let me see what my man's saying up here. You know how he can bury who he wants, push who he wants, and make false promises. And that's, like I said, Alpha, that's the business, bro. That's the business. If you're looking for something that's pure, upstanding, everybody going to be on the up and up, never lie, never do anything, you know, out of the ordinary, you'll never find it on this earth. You'll never find it on this earth. You can go read the Bible and hear all these great stories that certain people told back in the zillion years ago. But as of today, if you're looking for that, I don't care if it's football, baseball, basketball, hockey, music business, acting business, dancing business, you know, working in a fucking construction site, digging ditches, I don't give a two shits. You ain't never gonna find that. So don't hold professional wrestling to a certain level of which man can never be. Man can never be like that. A human being is a human being. That's how God made him. You know, it's over what? 60 million people died in World War II and like 15 in World War I. That's like 80 million fucking people dead for what? Because man wanted them dead. That's how we are as human beings. We're fucked up. Animals have more compassion for each other than man does. And we still looking for a Messiah to save us from who? Can't save a man from himself. So what I'm saying is, why I'm putting it in this context is, professional wrestling ain't no different than nothing else. That ain't a Vince McMahon thing. That's an anybody with power thing. Yeah, that's how it works. People don't like to hear me talk like this because it's the truth, and people like to shy away from the truth. I just tell it like it is. You know? I just tell it like it is. I don't care what business you go into, you're going to get fucked by somebody. That's how we are as people. James said the entertainment business hasn't been the same in over 20 years. James, I'll take that back. It ain't been the same in over 50 years. There's always a better time than others. But at the end of the day, what do you have? The rich trying to get richer. And they're going to find a way to squeeze that onion. Always. I want a little bit more juice out of that onion. How I'm going to get it? I got to devise a plan. Just like in the old cartoons and the villains on the cartoon. How do I do this? It's the same thing. You're right, James. Even before that. I'm just talking about that we can relate to. It's what it is. Shit. Not me. I'm just saying. I'm not saying me squeezing the juice. I'm just saying, baby, if it's $1 in there, let's get it. That's how man is. Brandon just asked me, do I think the state of professional wrestling getting better or worse as far as entertainment? Professional wrestling is evolving like every other type of entertainment. They're all intertwined. You could ask me that same question about a sitcom. You could ask me that same question about music. You could ask me that same question about many forms of entertainment. Hell, you got people today, when I was coming up, if you didn't have talent, nobody mentioned your name. Now you got people that are multi-millionaires and they got one talented bone in their body and they get talked about on a daily basis. The world is changing. The world has changed. Professional wrestling is no exception to the rule. I just explained a few minutes ago. I don't know if you were listening, Brandon. Professional wrestling is the ultimate. It's a TV show now. It's not a professional wrestling show. It used to be that professional wrestlers had to act a little bit on the show. Now professional wrestlers are actors and they wrestle. Everything is totally inverted now. That's why I say EO Sky, my girl, with the belt. I just asked people a few minutes ago, Brandon, did they ever, not even the great Calcutta with all his predictions. Yeah, the great Calcutta could not call it. He didn't predict it. And if Calcutta didn't predict it, nobody thought about it. Well, she got a belt over her shoulder. You ever think about that? That's the difference. Back in the day, she wouldn't have never had a fucking belt. Would never got thought about. I mean, thought about. She would have been just like Eric Bischoff used to do the luchadors. Put them out there in the first match to have a train wreck and blah blah blah. Didn't put them in no other programs other than working with themselves. Until some people start saying maybe you should start doing some other matches with the guy. Y'all remember that? I thought Oscar was your girl. Well, she was. Not anymore. Not anymore. You know? Calcutta. I can't change who I like, but you can. Oscar's a has-been now. EO Sky finna take it to a whole nother level. Oscar done did all the stuff she could possibly do. She's done. That's right. She's done. Who wants to see her, man? She's going to be out there with AJ Styles in a minute. How should wrestlers go about getting a push? Hey, look, brother. At the end of the day, Brandon, you're very fortunate to be in the business. The last thing a wrestler needs to be thinking about is a goddamn push. Because the wrestler, the show, the people behind the show dictates who get pushes and who doesn't. If you worthy of a push, if nobody's there fucking with you behind the scenes, you'll get one. This ain't hopes and dreams. It's only a small percentage of people that are out in the world that are wrestlers that get to be on the big shows. Very small percentage of people. And you don't even know how fortunate you are just to get to the big leagues. One out of every 1,000, 10,000 get to make it to the big league. So the last thing you need to be worried about is a goddamn push, because we don't even know if you're worthy yet. That was yesterday, bro. Yesterday don't work today. And yesterday will never be tomorrow. That's in any walk of life. Yesterday, a politician that comes out of the private sector will never get invited anywhere near running for president. Today, A person out of the private sector became president of the United States of America. You see what I'm saying? I don't know how. I don't know what much more to tell you. Yesterday is yesterday. Today is today. And if you make it to the big time, you better pray like I did last night. Y'all saw me praying last night, and that was a genuine prayer to try to take my prayer away from me. If you make it to the big time, you better knock on wood and say, God, thank you very much for just getting here, because staying here is going to be even worse and harder. Calcutta, why you even bring that up? Why you even bring that up? Calcutta just put down, and John 10 is a man and not a shark. Why you even bring that up? Huh? What that got to do with it? What does that have to do with anything? Yeah, I saw that lazy bum. Yeah, you knew it was coming. He couldn't get along with his own people. He ain't radical enough, I guess. But hey, it's pro wrestling, baby. What can I say? Pro wrestling is a very unique form of entertainment. Very unique form. And I'm telling you right now, brother, it ain't nothing like it used to be. And it ain't never gonna be. It ain't never gonna be. Calcutta, you still ain't told me why you bring that up. Oh Lord, man, you guys got me going now. But hey, man, Brian, I'm glad you, Brandon, appreciate you guys' comments, man. I just try to tell it like it is, bro. That's all I do. Just try to tell it like it is, and let people know this shit is changing. This shit ain't no game no more, brother. It's as real can get. That's about as good as I can put it. I'm out, guys. See you guys maybe tomorrow. Peace. But yeah, guys. Nah, don't be trying to make me laugh, man. Don't be trying to fucking make me. I'm trying to make a point, Calcutta. I don't need you telling jokes, making me laugh. And I'm trying to make strong points, man. I don't need you trying to make me laugh, bro. The man said that. I don't understand why you brought that up, bro. What did that have to do with what I'm talking about? Beefcake is really a zodiac. Oh, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, y'all hitting below the belt now, bro. Hitting below the belt. You need to stop it.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth.
Oh yeah, Kush, I did get your email. Did you But man, I woke up the next day and I forgot all about it, brother. I'm sorry about that. Did you send it? Did you send it to me in parts, I think? I'm gonna have to go back and look, man. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my email. I'm gonna have to go back. Matter of fact, let me look right now. I got my phone right here. Let me see if I pull it up while we're talking. Man, because my phone be tripping, man. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it, bro. For some reason. I don't see it. Did you send it to my email? Or did you send it to something else? Because it's not in my email. You didn't send it to my direct message, did you? I'll check that in a minute. No, I don't see it, bro. Send it to me again. But hey, guys, we got to get ready to get out of here. Coach say he sent it to my email. Send it again, man, because I don't have it. But at the end of the night, man, I'm glad everybody chimed along. We had some good conversation, man. Omega, appreciate you chiming in, man. And always remember, I'm just trying to tell you the real deal. So never take what I say personally. I'm just trying to tell you the real shit, and how it really works. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Now, I might see you guys tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. But if I do, make sure, if you get the notice, check the show out so we can chop it up a little bit more. Hey, my name is Stevie Ray. This is the world's most dangerous podcast. And like we always say, be one. Peace. And we're out.